What's up, guys? It's Casey Zilkelman, aka the fourth Sanderson sister, and
Hi, it's me, the Guide Master.
we're back for another episode of the Sanderson Sisters and Us. You guys have been very patient, and we appreciate you very much for that. Life has been crazy for the two of us, so it's like plus 6 hour time difference. We have to we have to make these things like in advance before we can
Yeah.
even begin to sit down and do things. But we got some hot topics, and the first thing I really want to talk about,
Hmm.
because this was a tragedy,
Oh,
what happened with your account, man?
oh,
Because
I know.
everybody needs to know, because I want to help you get rebuilt, because your empire got taken down by stupid AI.
I know. And I mean, on reflection, I feel really silly putting all my eggs into the Instagram basket. And basically, that was my one. I have a YouTube channel, I have a Twitter channel, but the Instagram page was everything. That's what grew everything. And now on reflection, I feel like I shouldn't have just solely based everything in that. But yeah, one day I just had a message pop up say, our AI technologies have picked up your account as trying to impersonate a business. So I just like instantly panicked, and there was a button that you could push to like refute it or to get them to review it. Again, on reflection, I feel like if I just waited maybe 24 hours and changed the wording in my profile or deleted things or something and then refuted it, maybe it would have been a different outcome. But because I refuted it instantly, I then got a
Well,
message
it
like,
was a spur of the moment thing. You were panicking. I would have done the
I was,
same freaking
I
thing.
was like, I'm about to lose everything. And then they got back like 5 minutes later saying, no, we've reviewed your account again. It's still in violation. Your account's been suspended. Goodbye. And that was it. And then I was logged out, and anytime I tried to log back in, everything would just be empty. There was just empty gaps where it said followers, messages, and now it's completely gone. So I downloaded Meta Verified to try and actually speak to a human, and I got
Mm-hmm.
through to two humans on two separate occasions. They passed it on to the relevant department, but they're still saying our final decision is that it's gone. I don't know. I don't know if it was because I kept using the Hocus Pocus logo, but I know heaps of other accounts that do that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was because I was hashtagging Disney. I don't.
surely
I really
not,
don't
because
know.
everybody hashtags
I
everything.
know. I don't know. And then I started the raffle, and I don't know if it was something to do with the raffle, unfortunately.
Maybe.
With the raffle, I've also tried to shut that down, but I need to
Mm-hmm.
let it run its course,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So I have no way now of letting people know the situation.
Well,
So
would they get an email if they won?
yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cancel it on the day that it's announced,
Mm-hmm.
and the person who's picked will win the money that was raised of the
Mm-hmm.
raffle rather than the prizes now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a consolation prize, but I kind of feel I've not been able to like do it properly now, so I'm reluctant to give away the prizes now. But whoever is picked to win the raffle will instead win the money that
Mm-hmm.
was raised from the raffle, so they will at least
I
get
mean, I
something.
don't know. I feel like you could probably still do the prizes.
Do you think? Do you
Yeah, I
think?
think you could. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm now
I
scared to
think.
even like mention it on my new Instagram page
Well,
at
that's
all.
why we can
So
talk about it here, and you'll be
yeah,
safe, because
yeah,
I can vouch for you as someone who knows you and
yeah,
knows it's not a scam.
yeah. I
Because
know.
Meta is stupid. I listen, as soon as they installed it on Facebook and Instagram, I was like, and this is going to be the end of everything fun. And it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
um,
I know. I
so,
hate it because I had so many messages. Obviously, all the original messages from all the contributors who, during the making of Hocus Pocus 2, had sent all the behind the scenes photos and videos. Like all that's gone.
yeah.
All the messages are gone. I had messages with Anne Fletcher, messages with Salvador, and lots of people that made the film, the stunt team. and they're all gone, which is such a shame. But
Yeah.
you
But
know,
but you're rebuilding. You're
yes,
rebuilding. You've got your new
rebuilding.
one.
I think I'm one off 300 followers. So
See, you're already beating me. But that's why I wanted to talk about it on here so we could reach the YouTube people.
yeah,
For the simple fact that you worked so hard on that first channel,
yeah.
and I want to punch the creators of Meta in the face with a small chair for messing that up for you.
You
And
know,
we need to get your followers back.
thank you, thank you. It was such a weird feeling. I think yes, I was half of me was heartbroken, and then the other half of me kind of felt like a relief. Like
Mm-hmm.
me, like there was a part of me internal struggle being like, is this a sign for me just to stop doing the page? Is this a sign for me to just let it go?
Mm-hmm.
But I had so much fun running the
And
page.
that's what's important.
Yeah, yeah. I had so much fun during it, and I spoke about this before. Running the page during the making of Hocus Pocus 2, I was losing my mum at the same time. It was such a runaway. It was such a, I would go visit my mum in the hostel, and then I'd come home and I wouldn't want to think about anything. I would just go
Mm-hmm.
on my laptop and just lose myself in Hocus Pocus Guide and be like, oh my God, they're filming a flying scene tonight,
There's new
and
stuff, yeah.
yes, exactly.
It's
It
like
would,
it's that little hit of serotonin and dopamine to get you through the
yes,
day. And I
exactly.
100% understand that.
Yes, yeah.
Speaking of the little serotonin hits, Bet has been giving them to us every single day.
I
Except for
know.
like 2 days out of the month because she missed yesterday and one other day.
Yes. Yesterday she
um,
missed, and the day before yesterday she posted. It was like 4 a.m. my time, which
yeah.
I think must have been like midnight with you or something. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it's really
No, that
random.
4 a.m. that would have been about 10 o'clock, so
Yeah, yeah.
it
She
was
was quite
late.
late. Yeah, yeah.
But
Oh, I know. And but then, what does it mean, Casey? What does it mean?
does it mean anything, or is she just trolling us and probably laughing at her computer screen? I'm honestly thinking it's that second thing. Because she's seeing everybody in the comments losing their friggin' minds every single day, and she's probably cracking up.
And she's reading the comments.
Oh,
Why?
yeah, because she liked one of my comments, and I almost died in the car. Because that happened as we were traveling to New York for the memorial for my grandfather. We were in the mountains, and I had seen the picture on Instagram, and I just left a little comment like I always do because those just bring me so much joy. And it was one of those behind the scenes photos where you could tell the three of them were just having an absolute blast. And
Mhm.
that was basically what I said. And then a second later, my phone vibrates and I looked and it said, Bette Midler liked your comment. And I was like, is this one of those freaking fake accounts? And then I opened it up and I saw the blue check mark and I was like, oh my God!
Oh
I
my
was losing
God.
my gosh darn mind. I was trying not to scream in the back seat because my parents would freak out, but I just showed it to my brother with with text underneath it that I wrote that says I'm about to implode on myself.
Oh, that's so funny.
So he just gave me a nod like good job, and I was just like I'm sorry, I can't help it.
I I think that proves that she does read the comments, and that
Yeah.
proves that she's probably seen all of the comments from people being like, "Does this mean Hocus Pocus 3 is being
Yeah.
announced soon? We need you back in Hocus Pocus 3." But yeah,
Cuz yeah, HP3 without them is dead in the water.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
dead in the water. Like, and I'm not saying that lightly cuz as we'll get to it, the Binks series, that I think will work without them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's going to work without them. But the main plot, the main story, the main trilogy still needs to center around them.
Yes, definitely.
Because I know, contrary to popular belief, hey guys, they're the main characters. They're the main characters. I'm sorry, they are.
They're
This is
on
one of
all
those.
of the branding, they're on
Yeah,
everything.
they're on everything. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know how to get it through people's heads even more because they're just like, well, technically the kids are the main characters. No, they're not. Who was in both movies? the Sanderson sisters, who is replaceable as much as we love them, the kids. But that said, Hocus Pocus 3, we need to have both bands of children back together.
Yes,
The ones who are now adults and the ones who are currently carrying the torch.
I mean, there's multiple things could be done with 3, as we've spoken about before.
Yeah.
But I think if Disney are wanting to please the fans, and if they are listening to the fans, they know that they need to get Max, Allison, and Danny back somehow.
They need to get the 3 of them back. They need to get the Sanderson sisters back. I kind of want them to bring back Becca, Izzy, and Cassie again, just because we need to have the new ones meet the old ones. Yes. But at the same time, I'm not the biggest Becca and Cassie fan. And that's not shade at the actresses at all. It's just we hardly saw Cassie. So I don't know hardly anything about her character. And Becca was only okay.
And I think Cassie was just used as a sort of daughter of the mayor, and that mayor subplot is done now.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore.
We don't need that anymore. But it is tricky, because the more time goes on, the more people are, you know, I look and I see that Melissa Escobedo's now got this new sitcom.
Yes, and I taped it and I'm really excited.
Is it out yet? Yeah, is it out?
Yeah, it came out Friday, October 18th. So it is now out for streaming.
Good. It looks really fun.
I'm going to take a side quest here for just a second. I love the Reba show. So when I saw that Reba was coming back doing another sitcom, I was thrilled. When I saw that Melissa Peterman, who was in the Reba show, was coming back with Reba in this new one, I was thrilled. When I saw they added Melissa Escobedo to the bill, I lost my marbles. Because I was like, she is going to gel with them so well. She has such good comedic timing, as HP2 proved. She has the dry wit that can match the two of them. She's gonna play off of them so well, and I plan on watching it today. I am so excited.
It looks like one of those comfort shows. It looks like one of those fun, nice sitcoms that, you know... Yeah,
Happy's
really
Place. Good. I'm so
It's
excited.
such an unusual plot, though. It wasn't until I watched the trailer I was like, "Oh, they're sisters." Okay,
I liked Melissa's comment during the thing of, "My daddy was always about families." Well, maybe that's why he started 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oof. I'm excited to watch it, and I'm really excited that Melissa's in it, because I really, really loved her in HP2. She was probably the breakout star.
Yeah, and this is what I mean, though. Like, the more time goes on, the more Melissa's going to be rising in fame and busy doing other things. She was in that Blue Beetle as well, and she was amazing in that. Hannah Waddingham is like the busiest woman at the moment. She's in like everything.
She is in everything. I didn't realize until HP2 came out. I didn't realize how much stuff she was actually in.
I think since watching HP2, anything I watch now, she's in it or she's hosting it. She's got an Apple TV special, Christmas show.
I know she's in the Ted Lasso.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they need to be careful. Obviously, they need to secure the first and foremost, the 3 ladies, and then they'll just start securing everyone else. But what if they've secured Bet, SJP, and Kathy, and then they go and Hannah's not available during the timing of the filming, or Melissa and Whitney Peak, you know?
Then we may just have to rely on the old trio and pray everything comes out all right.
I know.
I don't know. There's so much uncertainty with this. And I just wish we had more concrete stuff to work with.
I know.
For the simple fact that I don't like being uncertain in these situations. It scares me.
I know, like, here we are talking as if it's actually happening. We don't know.
We don't know.
The only things we have to go on... Oh, I'm holding up my pen. I'm angry. I'm not angry.
It's serious now, people. He's got the pen.
The only things we have to go on are David Kirshner's little announcement that you mentioned in your other video. He's
working on HP3.
Yeah,
But that
he's
was all
working
we
on
got.
HB3, and then coincidentally, a week later, HB3 appears in Production Weekly, and
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
I'm very dubious about that because
But see, I read the description of that because you'd sent it to me to look at. And when I read the description of it, it sounded exactly like Hocus Pocus 2.
yeah, exactly.
So
I
I'm
know.
like, are they just doing that as placeholder text because even Production Weekly doesn't know what's going on? Or.
What I didn't know was that Production Weekly is sort of like it can be updated by uh, people that are subscribed to Production
Oh,
Weekly.
so it's kind of like IMDb then.
Yes, but just like a
Oh.
kind of level up. So you need to be a subscriber to Production Weekly. You also need to provide certain information about the film for it to
Mm-hmm.
kick in. So there is a part of me that thinks, oh, I don't trust everything that
Yeah,
section
because that's
says.
about as reliable as IMDb saying it's listed.
But the fact that it's in this sort of industry used catalogue of films that, you know, a load of extras use it in order to
Yeah.
get work, a load of crew members use it in order to get work. The fact that it's in there means I think something or someone in the know has said HB3 has passed me on my desk. I know it's getting made, but I don't know much information about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on Production Weekly.
And we'll just
I
stick a
don't
pin
know.
in it.
Yeah, I don't know the full story, but it's happening. So
Yeah. I just don't know, man.
I
I want it, but I don't.
know.
Just because I have seen so many things hit 3 and them be just the friggin' worst.
I know. I'm still trying to think of Hocus Pocus as a Marvel movie
Yeah.
because in my head I'm still thinking of it like a Disney Channel film now.
Mm-hmm.
After HP2, I'm now thinking, right, we're in Disney Channel territory. We're getting into
Yeah.
like Descendants 3, Descendants 4, Descendants
Halloween
5.
Town High.
Yes,
Which
exactly.
I actually like Halloween Town High. Unpopular opinion. I like the third movie. We don't talk about the fourth movie, but I like the third movie. A lot of people didn't.
So, but I have that in my mind, but it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah,
There's an Iron Man 3, there's a Spider Man
that's
3,
true.
and all these trilogies and films in terms of Marvel, there's no reason why it can't be better than 1 and 2, or it can't
Mm-hmm.
be, but
Well,
that
and I
is
mean,
where,
Toy Story 3 is
yeah.
probably my favorite out of the Toy Story movies.
But you know what really annoys me, Casey, is, you know, I just saw a trailer yesterday. They've already made a second series of the Goosebumps TV show,
Yeah,
and it's made and out there. They made a second series of the Santa Claus TV show.
yeah,
That's already made and out there, and I'm like, how can certain things get greenlit so quickly that seem less successful than
yeah.
Hocus Pocus and get made and have money pumped into it? Like, I don't understand it.
I don't know, but I think they're probably going to be backpedaling a little bit on that after their lovely Acolyte series happened.
Yes, yes.
And more information keeps coming out about that, about how expensive it was, and I was like, good God!
We
You
could have
could have
had
already
five
made Hocus
Hocus
Pocus
Pocus
3! You could have paid for all 3 ladies comfortably and still had plenty of budget left over.
Oh no, I don't
Like,
want to know.
God. It's just, it's
It's so frustrating,
it's
and I think
upwards of like 200 million at this point that went into that series. And I'm just like, hey, sha 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 sha! And it was only okay.
and look at Joker Folie Adieu as well. That is
Yeah,
bombing,
that
and
is bombing hard.
I think Terrifier 3 made more money than it, which yeah,
I mean, that's not my thing. I don't want to really see people
no.
drawn and quartered in the most gruesome way possible, but the fact that they hand out barf bags at every showing tells you enough.
Yeah, and was that the film as well? Oh no, I think it's Megalopolis, that
Yeah.
new film. Apparently, there's
Nobody
uh,
knows what that's supposed to be about.
no, I don't know what it's about, but if you read, there's like a little disclaimer on the posters for the film that
Uh-huh.
says that there's actors in the cinema that there'll be like audience participation or something, or actors walk amongst you in the cinema during the screenings of the film,
Okay.
which would freak me out. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't like that. I'd be
no.
suspicious of everybody around me at that point. Like, what is happening here? I don't like that. I don't know. It's just I hear all this stuff and just like you, how are things like getting pumped out so quickly when something that was like your biggest success is still sitting on the back burner. And I
No.
swear I honestly think they're being careful because they're scared of how this property works, because before we got Hocus Pocus 2, we got that sequel book, and I feel like that was them being like, is there enough, pokes the fandom, is there enough interest? Are you guys still alive? Is there enough interest for a second movie? It's just like, yeah, the book got bought. Sorry, go. You had
Do
a
you
point.
think, though, that they're poking right now? Because
I think they are.
I am seeing, I've literally just shared just now, Disney Plus have shared a Hocus Pocus video.
Yeah.
31 Nights of Halloween are churning out the memes.
Oh, I know.
Disney Plus and Disney accounts have changed their profiles to quotes from Hocus Pocus. It's like they're trying to like test the waters and be like, are people still in their Hocus Pocus era? Are they still with us? Because
I do think they're poking. I'm with you. I feel like they're just kind of poking us to make sure it's like, you guys still breathing? It's like, yeah, we're actually quite lively, but you guys seem to keep putting us in the corner with the spiders and the dust bunnies! For some reason!
I don't know. I have it in my head now.
The big thing I think they're poking with us is Hocus Pocus 2 being released on TV.
Yes.
Because never did I think they would do that because
No.
of how successful it was for the streaming platform. It was a huge draw. And then this year they were like, we're putting it on cable. And I'm like, you're doing what? Pardon me? Did I hear you correctly?
I can't remember now. Did I post something or did
You
I
did.
see
It
something?
was cable's most watched movie.
Yes, exactly. So there you go. But I mean, this is timing wise, they're leaving it a little late if they're testing the waters right now,
Yeah,
and they're going to announce HP3 by the end of the month again.
maybe.
Why do I have it in my head that they're announcing HP3 on Halloween? I don't know. Is
I
that just
don't
something that
know.
I've put in my own head?
Just don't get your hopes up.
When is this video going out?
Probably next Monday. So it'll be before Halloween.
Okay.
It'll be before Halloween.
I would just love if on Thursday all the Disney accounts posted like just a black flame candle flickering or something.
Yeah.
With the words like 1 week, and then we would just know something's being announced in 1 week's time.
Yeah.
Just so that we know. If
I don't
it is
know.
announced I don't know. If it is announced on Halloween, unfortunately, it will overshadow whatever Jason Marsden's
I
announcing.
know, which I'm
on
really...
Halloween.
That was a good segue, by the way. Great segue. I need to know more about this series. The Cursed Life of Thackeray Binks. I didn't know I needed this. I didn't know I needed this. And then he starts throwing out all these little tidbits and stuff. I've been covering them on the channel. If you guys haven't watched that, you can do so by clicking on this thing right here. But it looks so fun! And it actually looks like they're keeping in tone with the first one.
Yes.
Which I really like. Because as much as I love 2, it was a little bit on the lighter side. As opposed to the first one. But... dude, we're gonna go to Ireland, we're gonna fight some bad guys, we're gonna meet a witch who, in my opinion, this is my getting it in my own head, who could be Allison's ancestor. If that's what they go with that, I will just
You put that
scream.
in my head too, and now I'm like, that is genius writing.
It would be so smart of them to do that too.
Yeah.
Because then we actually have definitive proof that, yeah, Allison's descended from a good witch.
It's so weird because obviously we've spoken about spin-offs, we've spoken about sequels. You know, people have mentioned how great it would be to have a prequel TV show with the young girls.
I'm still pulling for that.
Yes, me too. But everyone, a reminder that this poster is fake.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna put it between the two of us. This is fake. This is fake. Please stop sharing this to me. Stop sharing it to him.
Yeah.
It's not real. It keeps saying October 2024. It is October 22nd, people. And y'all are still out here sharing it and believing this is real. Stop it. Get some help. Just stop it.
What she said, definitely. Like,
I'm sorry, I get so ticked off because
so
I have
annoying.
like so many people sending this to me going, "Oh my god, did you see this?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, did you know it's not real?" I love how much we laugh when we're together. Oh my god.
I know, I know.
But I'm
Oh
like,
my god, that's
stop
so
sharing
funny.
this to me for the love of God. Like when it first dropped, all of my Facebook friends were tagging me in it. All of them.
Yep.
So I went on record and I made, this is how much text I left in my post. I basically told them, this is not real. It is probably AI generated. If you want to keep up with what's actually real in this fandom, ask me. Watch my YouTube channel. I am your best source
I don't think there's
for this.
any way they would manage to film a 10-episode prequel series that releases now without you knowing, like,
Exactly.
come on.
Without me or you knowing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We would both be on record going, yes, this is real, if it was real.
And I think people just need to stop and take a minute and just be like, they've used a photo from HP2. If this was an original program, they would use an original photo.
It would be a
or
new poster.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
Speaking of posters, did you like that one that I sent you that people were spreading? Oh my god, that was egregious.
AI,
I'm gonna put that one up too.
AI is bad.
It is a detriment on our society.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the thing was, my own mother tagged me in that. And I was like,
and bless her,
Mom.
she probably thought, oh, I have a scoop. I have like she probably thought she was like,
I was like, this is the most egregious use of AI I've ever seen. Yeah. Because if you look, one of the fake witches, and I'm editing me's probably pointing an arrow at it, that's Ginny Weasley. From Harry Potter. It's Ginny Weasley.
but
These
someone
things are so bad.
Someone out there's made that. Who made that? I want to know. Get in touch.
I don't know. Come
Why
forward.
Did you do
Come forward. Show yourself.
Oh god.
You've provided us with quite a bit of laughter.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But there are people believing this stuff, and that's what's killing me. I'm like, guys.
I know.
We're smarter than this, aren't we? And then, no, we're not, apparently.
Oh dear.
Oh,
well, yeah, we've spoken about prequel series, we've spoken about spin-offs, we've spoken about animated movies. Obviously, Kathy and Jimmy suggested that maybe HP3 could be an animated movie, but never did I ever think of an animated TV show that focused on Binks during that time.
That never once entered my mind.
Me neither, but of course Jason Marsden would think about that, and of course he would be the perfect person to come up with that idea.
And it's really great.
Yes.
It's really great, because I know a lot of people are like, he didn't play Binks. I'm like, he played Binks more than McGee from NCIS did. He was in for a majority of the movie. Sean Murray didn't even get to talk. It wasn't his voice. But I'm so glad he came up with this idea, and the storyboards he's been sharing have been amazing. Yeah. I haven't watched his latest update because I was traveling and I had stuff to do this weekend, but
that's the thing, the art style of it as well is very Disney, which I love.
It is.
And the colours for that little poster that he, like the purples and the brown of Book and the black, I'm like, that's just Hocus Pocus colours.
It was. It gave me chills. Because you know somebody who's so heavily involved with the fans, because he goes to a ton of Comic Cons.
Yeah.
Knows what people want to see. And he's got something amazing cooked up for us, and it's just I am ready to find out what this series is going to be about.
Like, just
Yeah, there it is.
the colors just make me think
It's
Hocus
just so
Pocus.
beautiful. It's so beautiful, and
I know.
it's bringing me back to hand drawn animation as it should be, crisp, clean, and beautiful. Not this Family Guy art style that has made its way into everything in America at this point. I hate it, and people
Bob's
ask me,
Burgers.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And people are like, why do you watch anime? I'm like, because the people actually look like people? Because the art style is leaps and bounds better than anything happening in America right now. Like,
I know.
plus the stories are really good, but yeah,
I'm so excited, and
I'm
I
so
mean,
excited.
obviously, his very first post, he said that there was a big announcement on Halloween or something
I
big
know.
to tease.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get my hopes up. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
would be happy even if it was just like a fully animated 15 seconds,
Yeah,
like just like a
for
full
sure.
animation of the Binks jumping down or the book
Mm-hmm.
getting sucked through the vortex or whatever. Like, I would love
The
that,
new
but
creatures are getting me excited.
I
Like him
know.
fighting all these like bad evil spirits and stuff, like the Darfarig, and then what I saw, and I'm pretty sure in one of those like pictures where he was on Kara's shoulder and they were surrounded, I think there's vampires. I think one of them was a vampire. Like, Binks going up against all these supernatural creatures is going to be friggin' amazing, and it will also be very clear why whenever Winifred tries to insult him, he just looks at her like, "You got nothing. You got nothing on this."
You don't know what I've been through the past 300 years.
You
Yeah.
don't know the things I've seen, the things I've done. Binks is just smoking between breaks.
We Oh, yeah, no, I think Disney again would be stupid, but he said that
Yeah.
thing where he said a certain studio were
Yeah.
really happy and wanted to know
I
more.
I think this is good. I think this is a good sign.
Yeah,
And if it is, I'm gonna go on record now and say this. When this show comes out, I'm gonna say when. I'm not gonna say if. I'm gonna say when. I'm gonna actually try to be positive for once. Let's see how well that works out for me. When this show comes out, I am reacting to every single episode on this channel. I am
yes.
doing react videos for every single episode.
But even the title, Casey, like The Cursed Life of Thackeray Binks,
Mhm.
it makes me think of like old 90s cartoon
Yes,
titles and like old
it feels
90s.
it feels nostalgic already.
Yeah,
Like it
exactly.
feels nostalgic already, and we haven't even seen like fully done storyboards yet. But I'm already like, I'm loving this. I'm loving the plot they have developed, and I'm digging the art style so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I just I really want this show. I really want this show. Not just because it would make more content for me, but because it's like you said, of all the things we have discussed, a Binks series never once came to my mind. And now it's the thing I probably want more than anything else.
I know, and it makes total sense. Of all the characters, maybe a Billy spin-off would work
Yeah.
as well at some point to figure out his backstory, but then he's been in the ground for 300 years. There's not really
His
much to.
relationship with Sarah that
Yes,
we still know nothing about. Thanks Hocus Pocus 2 for that. Thanks for that. Thanks for clarifying everything you said you were going to clarify, and then you clarified absolutely nothing. I have
Ooh,
more questions. Like, after the whole thing with Winifred, yeah, they clarified that. I have more questions now than ever.
I know.
I
But
had
then,
less questions when I thought he cheated on her. Now I have more questions now that I know he didn't.
and then all of a sudden in Hocus Pocus 2, when he was just like, "Oh, Sarah, that was just a fling," whereas like
What
in
was a
HP
fling?
one,
What was a fling?
but
What was
then
the fling?
in HP one, whatever it was, the fling was bad enough to piss Winnie off so much that she
Yeah,
killed Billy, basically.
I
So
know. I'm like, I need answers. I
did
need
you see
answers.
there was an article came out maybe late last week where someone asked Doug Jones about his involvement in HP3 and stuff, or
Yeah.
asked if he would do a spin-off, and he said he would
Yeah.
love to do a spin-off, but he's not heard
Mhm.
anything about HP3.
Yeah.
Again, I think he doesn't need to be in
Yeah, I was gonna
HP3.
say I love Doug, and I think he's a wonderful human. I really don't think Billy's gonna be necessary.
No. Well,
Unless,
he's mhm.
you saw my second pitch for a third one, right?
Well, what was your first one?
The first one was Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
The second one was thank you. The second one was still kind of Avengers Assemble, but Sarah goes with Mother Witch and breaks off from her sisters.
Okay. Yeah.
And my prologue for that one was going to be clarifying everything with them.
Mm-hmm.
Where we see the night that Billy gets where we see Winifred catching him with Sarah, and we finally, like, get our answers. And I had said, if I'm remembering correctly, it's been a while since I put this video out and looked at that script. If I'm remembering correctly, what I said was Winifred had a vision that Billy was using Sarah to out them as witches and get them... but it was Mother Witch planting that in her to keep Sarah from going with Billy and being a little happy housewife. Basically being like, I'm gonna ruin her happy ending by ruining your life. So Winnie does it kind of out of protective instincts, being like, if Sarah says anything else or if he gets to her, we're dead. We're all three dead. So she kills Billy. Sarah finds out, they have this huge fight, and then she tells her exactly what happened, and then when Mother Witch comes back, she basically tells the three of them, she's lying to you. And Winnie's like, what? Whoa, hold it! Like, she starts freaking out, and Sarah's starting to put things together and be like, so you have been lying to me all these years. You never cared about me, specifically. You always cared about Mary. You never gave a rat's about me. And she goes off with Mother. But then in the end, Sarah was actually doing it to probe Mother, and the story kept changing every time she asked her.
Yeah.
So she put it together that Winnie was telling the truth, and she was doing it all just to get on Mother's good side and set her up.
Double cross.
And then Mary and Winifred, after the fight's over, they just look at Sarah and they're like, how did you do that? Because this whole time we think she's the idiot, and she's
How
just
are you
like,
the smart one?
how are you the smart one? She's just like, well, I was paying attention the whole time.
Yeah, no, I do like that one. I think, but Billy, Doug Jones himself in that interview said it was quite a final moment for Billy in HP2, but it was also sort of a final moment for the
them.
Sanderson sisters as well. So,
which again gives me the yucky tummy. Gives me the yucky tummy of.
No, I think it would be like having
this?
It would be like having an Addams Family film without the Addams Family in it. I think you just can't do it.
It would be the Addams Family, but from the point of view of Cousin It.
Yes, exactly.
Like, we like Cousin It. Cousin It's great.
But I couldn't watch the whole film.
Here and there cameo. He could not hold down an entire film.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dear.
And that's why the only way I can see them coming back is if they're the good guys. They have to bring them back as the catalyst to take down the bad guy.
I was thinking this the other day, just with my trying to be an executive producer at Disney, thinking if they can't get Hannah Waddingham and they needed to recast, could they get round that by saying that Mother Witch has aged since the time that we saw her when she gave Spellbook to...
Probably.
You know, she has aged since that time, and therefore you could cast like an older...
Make sense.
Yeah, you could cast an older actress and get around it that way and be like, yeah, I'm Mother Witch, but I'm the old version of Mother Witch.
Yeah, I think that would make sense, honestly. Because, I mean, we know she lived forever, because the bird, but...
But then I was thinking she was obviously the most powerful witch in Salem until Winnie cast the Magicae Maxima. So
Mm-hmm.
I wondered if anything would have happened to her at that point, and maybe like she
Maybe.
instantly suddenly turned haggard. You
Could
know,
be. I don't
I don't
know.
know. Yeah.
I don't know. It's tricky. The way, and this is why 3 is tricky, because the way 2 went, it really, like, while it did open some doors, it closed a lot. It closed a ton of them. It may have opened a window to keep a draft in, but I think it closed most of the doors in the house. Because I just don't. There are only a few ways I can actually see this making sense and working, because, and it's like you said, Addams Family without the Addams Family. You have to have the Sanderson sisters. You have to have them. They have to be
Mm-hmm.
there. They have to be integral to the plot. They can't just be some kind of Deus Ex Machina at the end. Um, uh, and whatever, because people are going to lose interest 10 minutes into the movie. But
I guess that's why in that interview that we saw last year with Jen D'Angelo, she was like, it's so tough picking which route to take the script
yeah.
because there's so many
Well,
ways that
and
you could
this,
do
honest
it.
to God, this begs the question that I hate to ask, but I have to ask it. Do you think she's even still writing this, or do you think David's taken back over?
I
Because
don't know.
I've heard more out of him than I have her in the last year and a half.
I know. She, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to
And
say.
that scares me on another level of, if she's not writing it anymore and David has taken back over, was HP2 mostly her vision or his vision? In which case, are we going to have a Star Wars Last Jedi versus Rise of Skywalker where we're throwing things back and forth, basically throwing middle fingers at each other, saying, I'm undoing everything you did in the last one because you didn't do what I wanted you to do, and that's a
No.
surefire way of killing this baby.
I never thought in that actually. If like
Yeah,
HP3 completely retcons all of HP2,
because that's basically what Rise of Skywalker did to The
I
Last
never
Jedi.
ever thought of that.
I have had that thought more thoughts than anything else.
I don't think they would do that. I don't think. I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think Disney now see HP2 as more of HP than HP is HP. If that
And
makes
again,
sense.
I don't know.
I know. I know.
I don't know that that would be necessarily true.
In the grand scheme of things, though, I definitely think something's coming. I just don't
Something's
know.
coming.
I just don't know what, and I don't know when, and I don't know how because some in I'm 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 part of the Hocus Pocus fandom,
Oh, same.
but like sometimes I'll go on Twitter and it'll just say like I don't know, Star Wars, the new
Mm-hmm.
film has just been announced that it's coming out, and here's the title of it, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, is today a significant day? Is there a reason that they
Yeah.
chose today? Um, where did they exactly announce this?
Mm-hmm.
Did they put out a press release or did they just tweet it? Like, you know, the way that I find out about other films is just very happenstance. What's the word? Happenstance.
Happenstance?
Yes. Oh God, where did that word come from? Um, the way that I find out about other films, it just sort of happens, and it just sort
Yeah.
of I'll be flicking through Twitter, and I'll be like, oh, okay, they've announced a new
Mm-hmm.
Joker film. They've announced this, that, and the next thing.
Yeah.
But with Hocus Pocus, I'm like, how are they going to do it? Are they
They're
just going to announce
so
it? Yeah. Are they just
they're
going to announce
so
it on a random?
mysterious with
I
it.
know.
And then
I know.
they almost always, like you said, they make it kind of a theatrical debut of, here's the thing that you guys have been waiting for. But I don't know. I just bet I'm gonna circle us all the way back around to bet. Because I wasn't sus at the beginning, especially on October 1st, because I'm like, it's the first day of Halloween, it's the first day of Hocus Pocus season. That's fine. She's probably just doing something. But then she reblogged that 'tis time multiple times in her stories.
Yeah.
SJP reblogged it.
Yeah.
The only one we haven't heard from is Kathy, but she's not on Instagram as much as the other two, which I respect. I respect that. But she shared it. Taylor Henderson shared it. I'm like, I still am like, I'm like, you know how you're like holding the gun, waiting for the scary thing to happen in a video game, and it's like I'm not pulling the trigger yet. That's where I'm at. If I see anything out of Kathy, I'm pulling the trigger. But I haven't. I
Yeah.
haven't seen anything.
But then I'm
But she
we've
is.
been
But she's been doing it every day in October.
we've been burnt so many times though, Katie.
We
Like I
have. We
remember
have so many trust issues.
during Hocus Pocus 2, I remember having so many conversations with you, like, so they're definitely going to release the trailer tomorrow,
Yep.
and then tomorrow would come and the trailer wouldn't come, and
Yep.
we would be disappointed. I don't know. I don't know why Bet is doing this. I don't know if maybe
Because she's
she's
never done this before. She has
she's
never
never done this
done an
before.
entire month of Hocus Pocus posts,
Exactly. And
especially during October.
I don't know if she's doing it as a sort of Disney. I've said this in multiple interviews recently. You need to get a move on
Mm-hmm.
because I'm posting all these things and the fans are still there. Each post is getting so many hits and likes and
Mm-hmm.
comments. Hello, Mr. Disney. I'm still here. I'm waiting for my third film. I don't know if that's why she's doing it. I don't know if she's just doing it because it's the spooky season and she's
Yeah.
decided that this is a theme, or if she has signed on the dotted line for HB3 and she said to Disney, oh, okay, you're announcing this officially on the 31st of October. Why don't I tee it up with some
Mm-hmm.
social posts?
Yeah. I don't know, because she's been so consistent,
I know.
with the exception of 1 or 2 days. But you know what? I'll accept it. I'll accept it. Woman's probably busy.
And Salvador as
But I
well.
also haven't heard, and this is again going on a side quest. Normally by now I've heard a lot of stuff about her Halloween. I have heard nothing about Halloween this year.
That's true. It should have happened by
It
now.
should have. It should be this week. But I mean, I have heard absolutely nothing about it because usually she's posting about Halloween, and SJ was
Yeah,
last year too because she was on the board with her husband.
that's right. Let me just look it up
And I'm
right
just
now.
like, did they already do it? Were they being very mysterious about it this year?
It's
Because
this
usually she's
Friday.
advertised. It's this Friday.
It's this Friday.
Why have we
What's
not heard anything?
what's the theme?
What's the theme
October
this year?
October 25th. Halloween in the Garden of Good and Evil. I haven't even seen any.
She hasn't shared a thing, and normally that's her October.
This year, we are thrilled to honor legendary actor, producer, and director Robert De Niro with the Wind
Okay.
Beneath My Wings award. It doesn't say if Bet's going to be there.
Well, I mean, it's her event. She's usually there.
Yeah. Host committee: Bette Midler, founder,
Yeah,
Andy Cohen, Sophie Van Hasselberg.
that's her daughter.
SJP's not on the list this year.
Yeah, she was last year, but she's probably still doing stuff for and just like
Kelly,
that.
Kelly Ripa.
But it's
Yeah.
just been so quiet. That's why I was like, are they doing another Hocus Pocus thing for Halloween this year?
Yeah, I know. I
But
never
apparently
thought on
they're
that.
not.
No,
I
it's
mean,
the Garden of Good and Evil, so she has no.
I am so confused. I'm just so confused. I don't know. I mean, again, this could probably be the most innocent thing that
I
she
know.
could be doing right now. And she's just trying to bring us some serotonin and dopamine every single day. Meanwhile, we're over here going, what does this mean? Losing our minds.
I'm gonna edit just that moment of you and use that anytime something happens. What does this mean? What does this mean?
That's okay. Go ahead. I'm a meme. I am a walking meme.
I think.
I
Do
have
you know what
my viewers have actually memed me a couple of times when I've like given fantastic faces in a video, and I encourage them to do that all the time because they make me laugh so much. But
what annoys me the most is if HB3 is officially being announced like a week on Thursday, possibly. Somewhere in Disney right now, someone is working on the logo. Someone is working on a plot description. Someone's working on maybe a teaser trailer like the one we got Halloween 2021.
the Black Flame Candle and the Come Little Children.
Yeah, the annoying thing about that is that came out and they'd already started filming HP2.
Yeah.
and that teaser came out on Halloween. It wasn't really teasing anything. It was just still saying Hocus Pocus 2 coming soon.
Mm-hmm. Wait, that was 2021, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think they started filming till November.
Uh,
No, they were
they
already
start,
doing it in October?
October 19th was the first day of filming
Oh, okay.
when they started filming all the school scenes with Becca and Izzy and
Oh, okay,
Kathy.
okay, okay.
The ladies didn't start filming until November like
Okay,
12th or something.
that's where I
Yeah,
got lost.
yeah.
Okay.
So they were like a week into production when they released that little teaser, which came out on Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
which is the thing that I'm like. So they know that Halloween's Hocus Pocus Day, basically. They know
Yeah.
that in terms of
Well, I mean,
marketing.
Freeform's doing double feature that day,
Exactly.
so
I know. I'm hoping we get something.
I am wondering if it's because when Hocus Pocus 2 was originally announced, I remember this. It was 2020
Hmm.
in
COVID.
November at an Investors Day.
And they had that big video. They had the
Yeah,
big purple swirl
big,
and
big
then the
logo.
logo. Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's what they're going to do again, and they're just trying to freak us out this entire month. They're psyching us out. Or, again, like I said earlier, they're kind of poking the fandom to see if we're still alive, and it's just like, yes, we're still alive. We're very alive. Will you please stop poking us?
I know. I know. I don't know what to think. I think
I don't either.
we've had so many things. We've had Bet back in June and July doing all the press for what's the name of that film? Completely forgotten the name of the film she was in.
Oh my god, I can't even
The
remember it
Fabulous
either.
Four.
Thank
Sorry, the
you. I
Fabulous
was
Four.
like, it's something for.
Doing all
We've
the
slept
press,
since then, people. All right, we've slept since then.
and she was doing all that press saying, "I've not read a script. I've heard that something's happening, but I've not heard a script. Disney better
Yeah.
hurry up." We've had all that. Then silence again for months and months and months,
Mm-hmm.
and now all of a sudden, Bet's posting, Jason Marsden's posting, Salvador's posting photos every day in October as a Hocus Pocus look
Yeah.
back.
Which I've
David
enjoyed the heck out of
Kirshner,
those.
exactly. David Kirshner's announced at that screening, yes, we're working on HB3. Production Weekly shows it in its list of films in production for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like something, but then, I know.
And then we don't know. And then it turns
And
out
then
to
we
be
don't
nothing
know.
half the freaking time. Because that's how it's been over the years. I'll look back in my memories, okay? Rumors of this started, not 3, obviously, of 2. Started back in like
Let me get my.
2014 for my Facebook post because I was losing my mind. I was so excited that my favorite movie was finally getting a sequel. I was like, my senior year of high school is going to be so awesome. That was 10 years ago. And then for the next 8, we just kept getting the rug yanked out from under us every single year. And at that point, I've just developed so many trust issues with this
I
fandom.
know.
It's
I'm the
ridiculous.
same. I'm the same.
It's the
And I.
legendary and the Pokeball. It's the legendary and the Pokeball. And I think that's a great way to wrap up the episode is going back to the beginning. So make
Oh.
sure to go follow this man on his new account. And if you're not, I'm going to jinx you.
Thank you. That's not the purpose of this video, actually.
No.
But thank you so much for saying that. But yeah.
Well, you are basically my partner in crime at this point. Like, we are the dynamic duo when it comes to this kind of thing. But the two of us have been going back since Hocus Pocus 2.
I
And
know.
the funny part is, I don't even know if the viewers know this. You found me.
I know. I know.
Like, I was following you and stuff, and I was referencing you all the time on the channel. And I was making sure to do that because I was like, I want to give credit where credit is due. And then I just randomly get an inbox from you one day. And I
I
don't
think I
remember
was.
what
I
was the
think I was
video you
saying.
watched.
I think you had mentioned me in your video, and I said thank you
Yeah.
so much for mentioning me and
Yeah.
crediting me. Like that was really nice of you. I can't remember what it was.
I want to
He.
say it wasn't the teaser trailer reaction because we had already talked
Oh yeah, it was something
before
well
then.
before. Yeah, it was something to do with maybe like the Chase Farm pictures or something,
That could
maybe,
be it.
or yeah,
It was something pretty early on,
yeah.
and we have been friends ever since. Like, and it it proves to me again how much this fandom means to me, because it keeps bringing me new best friends, and by golly, I'm getting over to Scotland at some point. I'm gonna come over to
Well,
Scotland.
oh no, I was going to say if they film, but they're not going to film the Binks show in Ireland, they will just draw
That's
it.
an animated thing. Yeah, they're just gonna draw it. I mean, what if they took a trip to Ireland to
Yeah,
draw in Ireland? Like, why
it's
not?
just a quick ferry for me to get there,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you could fly.
Exactly.
Oh,
So I'm gonna get over there, and man, y'all just wait. The day that happens, the
do you
world's
know,
gonna just explode.
my dream, and I've been seeing so many posts of it
Yeah.
recently, would be for you and I to like visit the Denison House and the Salem Town Hall,
If
and
we
like,
can go to Salem together, I don't think anybody would be prepared for the amount of energy that would be radiating from the two of us that day. I would love to do that at some
I
point.
know,
Like,
I know.
seriously. I'm going back next year actually with another buddy.
Are
She
you?
and yeah, we've set our dates. We have to book really early, so I told her, I was like, January we're gonna probably
Yeah,
book our room, and I'm gonna start booking events and stuff,
yeah.
especially for the broom making, because I did the broom making last time when I went with my other buddy, but they were out of the really long handles, so mine's like a whacked in
Uh,
half handle, and I'm like, I really would like a full broom, so the earlier I can get there, the better.
yeah,
um but it was so much fun, and I really want you to come to
that
Salem
would
at
be
some
so cool.
point, and
I know, I would love to.
we would
I hope
just
they
tear that
do.
town up.
I hope they do a bunch of Hocus Pocus next year then with the
I
cast
do too, because
again.
I really want to go to that,
Yeah, that would be so good.
but I don't know. I don't think that would coincide with the week that we're going up there. So, because it
Okay.
falls, it falls during fall break, which is like one of the busiest times of year for my actual. Well, not my actual job. This is technically a job. My main source of income, my main job, um, is the busiest time of year. So I try not to take off too late into October, because fall festivals are happening, and me and my partner are at those all the time. I mean, like, it's nuts. So, but I cannot wait to go back and
Oh,
walk
that
those
would be so
streets
good.
again. It's so great. But I think that's good. I think we've talked about everything we need to talk about. It was kind of all over the place today, folks. We didn't have notes. Neither of us prepared notes. We were just going to freestyle it, and I think that was honestly more fun.
There was plenty to talk about,
There
and we spoke
was.
about it all. I think there's probably still 5 hours worth of stuff that we could have spoken about, but
Oh, for sure. But we'll save those for the
uh,
later episodes. So,
exactly.
if you enjoyed this, yes,
I'm just going to cut in there and say
yes.
if anyone hasn't watched your series of Cook Along Hocus Pocus, they have to. One of my favorite things to do on a night now is just to go back home after a long day at work, get like cozy, wrapped up, and put on your cooking videos and just
Ah,
watch
well, that
them and
reminds
just
me.
enjoy them.
Well, a
So
new one just dropped yesterday.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen
So
it yet. So
it's the maggot stuffed pork chops, which is Spätzle. Um, so it was a good video. I did end up dedicating that one to my grandfather, actually,
oh,
because I tell my pasta water story in that one. I tell my pasta water story in that video, so it was kind of a cathartic release for me as well.
mm,
But it was fun. It doesn't have a lot of views on it right now, which I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab my pen. I don't have a pen. I got a pencil. I'm gonna grab my pen and do the pointy thing and say, if you guys still want me to do these, you have to
yes,
watch them.
yes, please.
You have to watch them, or I'm going to quit doing them, because
Well, I will
it
literally
takes
go and
money.
share it now on the Guide Master crew. I will
Um,
go and share it there, even though I haven't
uh,
watched it, so I can't
you
condone
don't need to do that, but thank you.
it.
But yeah, so if y'all want me to still do them, you gotta watch them. So, but there we go. I think that wraps us up. I've said this like three. This is the Midwest goodbye, is what we call it. I'm gonna slap my knee, and that means we're done. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't, to both of us, because, oh, dang it! We didn't talk about this! I haven't gotten to watch it yet, because again, I've been traveling. He just had an interview with
Oh, yeah.
Shannon Carlin, the writer of Witches Run Amok. So go over to his channel after this and go watch that interview. So make sure you subscribe to both of us because it's free. It helps us, and what helps us helps you guys get more great content like this. Can't guarantee when the next episode of this is going to come out because our lives are nuts. Our lives are nuts.
2025.
2025. Maybe. Hopefully not. Yeah, probably. We'll try to be optimistic, guys. But our lives are nuts, okay? So, Thursday, when you're seeing this, let me check my dates. Thursday, when you're seeing this, is Halloween. I will not be streaming on Twitch that night. I'll be streaming on the 30th. I'll be streaming the day before. So we'll be playing Fourth Plays Resident Evil 7 over on the Twitch channel, which he recently discovered. I'm a
It's
scaredy
so
cat.
good. It's
I'm
so
a
good.
scaredy cat, man.
You're a completely different person on Twitch.
I am a completely different person on Twitch. That's because I don't gotta be as family friendly over there. But we'll be playing more Resident Evil. It might be the finale, because whenever I'm filming this, I'm streaming tonight, and I should be heading into level 3. So it might be the finale. I'm not gonna guarantee that. I might get distracted by weapons again, like I did last episode. But I like the guns, darn it. I also want as many weapons as possible to go up against these things because I'm scared. And then Saturday night on November 2nd, I think, don't hold me to this, I may have a work thing, we're gonna be playing more Until Dawn, because I know we're not getting this done before Halloween.
You're not going to be doing that. You're going to be making a video about how they announced Hocus Pocus 3.
Yeah, let's hope that's what I'm doing. But if not, then it'll be on the Sunday, November 3rd, that I'll be doing Until Dawn with you guys. The Sanderson sisters play Until Dawn, which has been interesting so far, and I don't like where my characters have fallen, except for a couple of them. I'm glad Sarah's got Chris and Ashley. I'm glad she is Chris and Ashley. I hate that Mary has Matt and Emily, and I hate that Winifred has Mike and Jessica. I hate that, because now I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Winifred has kept Jessica alive and Mike alive so far. Mary is not getting Matt out alive, and you'll know why I know, and I'll tell y'all why I know that when the episode happens. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're a regular on this channel, please remember to drop a like, share your thoughts on our craziness down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Casey Silverwood, aka the Fourth Sanderson Sister.
And I'm the Guide Master. Thank you so much for watching.
And we will see you, witches and wizards, later.
I am